She awakens in a child's body. At first, nothing makes sense. Unfamiliar hands, unfamiliar surroundings. Only later does she realize the truth. She's been reborn into the world of a novel she once read, not as the heroine, not as a powerful figure, but as an illegitimate child, a side character whose fate was never meant to matter. Knowing this doesn't change her situation, but it changes how she endures it. Her father acknowledges her existence only when necessary, never with affection. Because she is illegitimate, her position is clear from the start. The servants take their cues from the master of the house. The maids do not beat her, but they neglect her. Meals are late or cold. Her clothes are old. Requests are ignored. She is never invited where she doesn't belong. Even as a child, she understands one thing clearly. She has no one on her side. As years pass, the household does not improve. Instead, she becomes invisible, a child no one expects anything from. And that is exactly why they choose her when the time comes. Her father, stern and distant as ever, broke the silence. His voice was calm, almost polite, but underneath lay a blade sharper than any dagger. He spoke of plans, of alliances, of duties. And then the words came. Abigail, the illegitimate child, was no longer needed in the family. Her father and siblings had decided her future. She would be sent away, to the north, to serve under the Duke. To live or die, it did not matter. She was a tool, a pawn, a disposable presence in the larger game of nobility and politics. Shock and hurt surged, but Abigail's expression betrayed nothing. Years of neglect and abuse had taught her restraint. Abigail's mind raced, but one thought crystallized: survival. She would endure. She would survive. And she would use this exile to grow stronger. This night marked the turning point of her childhood. From this moment, she was no longer a mere child of neglect. She was a child forced to live in a world that had written her off. And she would write her own destiny from here on. Abigail's journey north ended at the imposing estate of the Northern Duke. Snow whipped across the stone walls of the fortress, and the air carried the unmistakable chill of authority and war. When she was presented, the Duke's sharp gaze immediately turned to anger. "A child? Sent a soldier?" His voice cut through the hall like steel. Guards shifted uneasily. Abigail felt their stares but refused to shrink. She stepped forward calmly. "I am not useless. I can fight. I can survive. And I can serve you." Her voice was firm. No trembling, no whining. The Duke's eyes narrowed. He had seen countless incompetent soldiers, and many children die before proving themselves. But there was something in her gaze, a mixture of confidence and experience far beyond her age. After a long pause, he finally nodded. Not approval, but acknowledgement. "Very well. You want to prove your worth? You leave at first light." Abigail's heart raced. The opportunity was dangerous, but it was her only chance to survive and gain respect. At dawn, Abigail was sent to the battlefield. She had no training from the Duke yet, only her instincts, her knowledge from the life she remembered, and her raw talent. The battlefield was merciless. Adults shouted commands, monsters roared, arrows fell like rain, and chaos consumed the ground. Yet Abigail moved with precision. Each decision, each spell, each maneuver proved that she was more than just a child. Her presence saved soldiers, disrupted enemy lines, and turned near-certain death into survival. Word of her skill spread quickly. Even the Duke, watching from a distance, could not hide his grudging respect. "Perhaps this one is worth keeping alive," he muttered under his breath. It was here, in the chaos of war, that Abigail truly awakened her potential. She learned the rhythm of combat, the strategy of the battlefield, and the weight of every life she saved or lost.